Welcome to the presentation on graphing linear functions in y equals mx plus b. Our learning target for today is, at the end of this lesson, you will be able to 1. Graph a linear function in y equals mx plus b. 2. Utilize the y-intercept and the slope to plot this function. Today, we will focus on linear functions with positive slopes. Recall that the slope-intercept form of a line is a line in the form where y equals mx plus b. In blue, the slope is given as m. In red, we have b, or what we refer to as our y-intercept. The y-intercept is a point at which the line crosses the y-axis, or denoted as the letter b. We also can write this as an ordered pair, 0, y. The slope represents the steepness of the line, or change in y over change in x. We also refer to this as rise over run. Recall, slope is denoted by the letter m. Step 1. Plot your y-intercept. Let's look at an example of a line with a positive slope in slope-intercept form. The equation we'll use today, y equals 4x plus 3. We could simply graph this line by plugging in x values or inputs, getting y values or outputs, and graphing the appropriate ordered pairs. However, slope-intercept form allows us to take a quick shortcut. We already know a given point, and then utilizing our slope, we can finish our line. So, what is the given point that we already have? Well, we know the y-intercept. The y, or b value, represents 3. This can also be written as an ordered pair, 0, 3. At right, we will plot this point on the y-axis at 0, 3. Recall that the x value of a y-intercept is always equal to 0. Recap. Step 1. Plot your y-intercept. The b value in y equals mx plus b. This number is plotted on our y-axis at the represented value. Step 2. Use your slope to build your line. The other nice thing that this form gives us is our slope. If we know one point on the line and we know the slope, then we can find additional points. In our case, the slope m is equal to 4. This can also be written as 4 over 1, where 4 represents the rise and 1 represents the run. At right, we have our y-intercept plotted. We are going to utilize our slope to go up 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then run or move to the right 1 unit to get the ordered pair 1, 7. We are going to utilize our slope in the opposite direction, moving down 1, 2, 3, 4, or the opposite of going up, and moving left 1 unit, or the opposite of going right. This gives us the ordered pair -1, -1. We now have 3 points and can move forward. However, you can also repeat the process to get additional points as appropriate for your ordered or for your coordinate plane. Again, moving down 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the left 1 unit. Recap. Recall that we refer to slope as change in y over change in x. This also can be referred to as rise over run. Step 3, your final step, connecting your points. Remember, a linear function is represented by a straight line. We are now ready to draw a line using a straight edge through these points that we have plotted in the previous steps. The line at right, plotted now, represents the graph of the function y equals 4x plus 3. Recall that the steepness of our line, or slope, represents a positive slope, going up from left to right, similarly to reading a book. In our next lesson, we will graph lines with negative slopes. Thus, it is important to check that your positive 4, or positive slope value, matches what we have graphed, a line with a positive slope. Recap, step 3. Draw a straight line using a straight edge through plotted points in both directions. You are now able to graph a linear function in y equals mx plus b by first plotting your y-intercept, then using the slope to find additional points in both directions, and finally drawing a straight line to represent, in our case, a positive linear function. Join us for our next lesson in graphing linear functions with negative slopes. Thank you for tuning in.